nested loops. Okay, so if you go here, next concept is nested loops. Okay, so what is mean by nested loops? Okay, na, a loop within another loop is called a nested loop, or a loop inside another loop is called a nested loop. And suppose see, I have while. Okay, na, inside this while loop body also means either while body or for body contains another loop. Okay, na, so I am writing one more while inside this. Okay, so here this is the nested loop. Again, if you want, depends on your requirement, one more while also you can have. Okay, so it depends on your requirement, one more while you can have in that one. It's not only while. Okay, you can also have for loop. Inside while you can have for, or inside for you can have while. Okay, na, so any kind of thing, okay, you can have. So where it is useful, one is to display some pattern kind of output. Okay, so I will show you what exactly that patterns are. Okay, now to solve that pattern. But next one is, suppose see, we have multi-dimensional arrays. You will get that concept. As of now we have not discussed it. Double dimensional and multi-dimensional arrays concept we will deal in future. So at that time, to read the elements from double dimensional array, okay, at that time also we use this nested loops concept. But as of now, we will discuss only pattern related programs. Then we will go for this nested loops. Okay, so nested loop is nothing but a loop within another loop is called a nested loop. So inside the loop we are writing one more loop. Okay, so how the execution will be, suppose see, once this condition is true, it will come enter into that loop and a while body, right? Once it starts, whenever any loop starts, inner loop starts, until and unless it is finished the execution. So first started, so you have executed everything. Okay, now once this for loop is finished, again it will go for while and checks for next condition. Still it is true, again for loop, again it will execute until it is execution is finished, like this. Okay, so each time it will execute internal loop also. Okay, now best example we will see with the examples. Okay, but anyway you can write inside the for also you can write while, or inside the while also you can write for, or inside do while also. It depends on your requirement only. There is only whiles, inside the while only we have to use while. There is no condition like that, so you can use any loop inside any other loop. Okay, so now we will see some example. So I want to display, let us assume this kind of output: 1 space 2, 1 space 2 place 3. Okay, na, so 1 2 3 4 1 2 see 3 4 5. So based on the entered number, okay, na, if I enter 5 rows I have want to display, but from first row it should have only one, second row 1 2, third row 1 2 3, fourth row 1 2 3 4, and fifth row 1 2 3 4 5. If I enter 10, next it will continue 1 2 3 4 5 6. Next line 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 8 7. Next time 6 7 8 9. Finally it will display 10, like that. It depends on. So how can we write the program for this one? Okay, so this is our required output. Okay, now with how can we achieve this? By using nested loops. Okay, so I'm commenting this, I need this output. Okay, so now let's see, let me execute import statement, import java dot util dot scanner. Okay, so class nested loops 1. Okay, first program, let us assume. Okay, so I'm going to write program, make somewhat. Okay, right, inside this public static void main string args. Okay, now see how can we achieve this. So we need to have some integer. I am taking two variables I, j, and I want to some number. Okay, na, so now I want to read this scanner, new scanner system dot in. So we are trying to, so we need to have some print statement, right? System dot out dot println, enter any number, or enter number of rows also. You can ask any rows, how many rows we want. Okay, right. Okay, now here how I am going to achieve this. See, so I am writing fun for loop for I is equal to 1. Okay, I uh, I less than or equal to number, next I plus plus. Okay, so inside this for loop I'm going to write one more for loop. It's a loop inside the loop. Okay, so let's take this as j initialization, j j less than number, j plus plus. Okay, so instead
యా
of
కన్నా
this,
అయితే ఇనిషియలైజ్ ఇస్తారు కదా ఇన్పుట్ నుంచి
hmm,
జే ఈక్వల్ టు
no, no,
స్కానర్
initialize, no, 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 see, I always am trying to with one. I did not get you.
స్కానర్ దగ్గర నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటని మనం
Scanner
డిక్లేర్
only I
చేస్తాం
want to
కదా.
read only number only. How many rows I want to enter? You can say
ఓకే.
number of rows. How many number of rows you want to display that pattern? Number of rows. So based on that number only I want to display automatically. Okay, now see how it will be. Or you can say this as a row. Better know without confusion. So this is going to deal with column. Okay, so instead of ij, some better understanding you will get. Row is equal to 1, so row less than or equal to number, so row plus plus. Next, column is equal to 1, so column less than or equal to row, next column plus plus. Okay, so what I am trying to do is, okay, so system dot out dot print statement only I want to use here. So I will explain. After column value is displayed, I want to display single space also. We said that. Okay. So row. Okay. After once that loop is finished, side by side is going to display print statement whenever you write. Print and write every time it will go to next line. But see, one row related all columns should be displayed within the same line only. So that is the reason why I am taking print statement. But once this inner loop is finished, you have finished with displaying one column. First row, one column, all the values you have displayed. So once this loop is finished, it is going for next column, right? So sorry, next row. So at that time, I need some next line, system dot out dot println. Okay, just simply write println, that's it. It will go for next line. So now how it is going to execute, now we will see. First let me save this, then I will explain you. Okay, sorry. Okay, so here, so nested loops1 dot java, all files. So I saved. Let us assume you have entered number of rows. Okay, na? So that you have entered 5. Okay. So first row numbers, first row we are going to display. First row means we need to display this one only, right? This row. Okay. So I becomes 1. Row number becomes 1. So 1 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Right? Condition is true, then it will come here immediately. Why? Because it is going to execute for body, right? So it without incrementing that one. Now, so column also I am initializing with 1. 1. And what is I am checking column value less than or equal to row value. So already row value how much? 1. So column 1 is less than or equal to row 1. So yes, condition is true. Then it will come here and it will display column value 1, right? So 1 followed by some space it will display. Okay. After this one, so for right, inner for. Okay. So until and this loop is finished, it keeps on executing only. Once this loop is finished and any rest of statements are finished, then only it will go and execute outer loop or plus plus. Once inner loop starts, Until it fails, it executes first. Once that is finished, then only it will go for loop, outer loop situation. Okay, now, and checks whether next condition is true or not. Now column value, okay, one is there, one we have displayed. Okay, next what sorry, here not row plus plus, column plus plus. Okay, column 1, right? Next, how much it becomes? It becomes 2. So 2 less than or equal to 1? No, right? See, in first row, I want to display only one column. So, right? So that must be column value should be always less than the row number, less than or equal to the row number. So what is the row number is there? Up to that number only I want to display. Okay. So 1 less than or equal to, sorry, 2 less than or equal to 1, condition is false. So 1 it displayed, right? This stops execution of this loop and comes out is 1, and it will apply the some print element, means next line it will go, control will go to the next line. Now from here it will go for here row plus plus. So now row becomes 2, second row we are going to display. Okay, right? So row, this should be displayed. So now row value is 2, 2 less than or equal to 5, yes, condition is true. Now it will come here, but again column is, see, from outside loop to inner loop you are entering, again this is going to be executed first, right? This will initialize again. It's always with one only. Why? Because always I need from one only. So one onwards I want to display. So now I column has become one. Okay, na? So but row number is one less than or equal to, condition is true. Okay. So one less than or equal to, condition is true. Then it will come here. Column number is one only, right? One. First it displayed like this output. This is for first iteration, first row. Okay. Let me make some comment. So after first it displayed, it went to println, means next line it gave. Now it is trying to display again 1. Okay, so row value 2, column value 1. 1 less than or equal to, condition is true, 1 it will display. After that it will becomes column. So plus 2, it becomes 2. Column plus 2. So 2 less than or equal to 2, condition is true, right? So again it will display here, it will come enter into here, it will display 2 value. Okay, so second row I should have only 2 columns. Okay, so next column plus plus, it becomes 3. Okay, so 3 less than or equal to, number of rows only 2, right? It is row value 2. So 3 less than or equal to, condition false. So immediately it stops the execution of the loop and it will go for next. Println means it will go to next line. Okay, now it will come here. From this one again it will go here, row plus plus, third row we are going to display. So now row number is 3, 3 less than or equal to, total columns we need for 5 rows, right? So 3 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Again it will come here, again column is assigned with 1 and it will check 1 less than or equal to 3, condition is true. So this time it will display 1 and it will also display 2 and it will also display 3 times it is right? So row is 3, column is 1 2 3 times it is true, but 3 times it will display 3. Finally column becomes 4. So 4 less than or equal to row number 3, condition is false. Then it will go for next line. Okay. Why it is displaying the output in same line? I have used a print statement instead of println. Okay. Na? If you write println, then every time 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, like this you will get. But side by side you don't get the output. So the values which I want to display within the same row, I want to display using print statement, not println. Once inner loop is finished means you can consider that one row of execution is finished. Okay, then immediately I need to go, next row statement should be displayed in the next. That is why I have written println, so it will go to the next line. So like this. So next when it becomes 4, column value is 4 but row value is 3 only, so it will false. Next, then it will go for next line again. So println means some next line. From here row plus plus, row becomes 4. So 4 less than or equal to 5, we have entered 5 rows, right? So yes, condition is true. Again it starts here, so it will display 1, so 2 3 4. So it will check out 1 less than or equal to 4, 1 less than or equal to 5, 1 less, sorry, 2 less than or equal to 4, 3 less than or equal to 4, 4 less than or equal to 4. Finally column becomes 5. So 5 less than or equal to 4, condition is false. Then again from here it will go to next line. Okay, then from here finally row plus plus 5 is 5 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Again it will enter into here, so it will start with 1 but column value is, sorry, row value is 5. So that means 5 times it is going to be executed. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so 5 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. Finally column plus plus, column becomes 6, 6 less than or equal to 5 condition is false, then it will go to next line. Then from here it goes to row plus plus. Row also becomes 6. 6 less, so number of 5 rows we displayed, right? So 6 less than or equal to 5 condition is false. Once the outer loop stops the execution, right? Then there is no point of executing, the inner loop is not going to be executed. From here it will come out here. Okay, so this is how it will display this pattern. Okay, so now go and execute this one. Okay, so let's clear Java C nested loops 1.java. Okay, so sorry, row plus plus, row is equal to 1, row less than or equal to number, right? Problem have been not initialized.
Number equal to s dot next int
Okay, enter
before.
any number of rows. Okay, that we have not written. Okay, we forgot to write this right. Right, Java C. Okay, so now what we need to do, and this is Java. Enter number of rows. Let's assume I am taking 5. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this time I want to give up to 10. So 10 time also it should display, right? 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Each time it is going to display some additional extra number. 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So even if you enter 100 also, but it will be very, right? So loops 1 enter 100. Okay, means that since it exceeded, right, till this one, till 47 we got proper output, but screen size is overlapping, right? So in the next line it is trying to display, okay, like this. So this is the nested loops concept. Still we will write so many programs, but from your end what you will try to do is try to I will give you two programs here. Why you for switch, one thing I will give you, by using switch combination of continue statement. So ask user to display three options. Okay na, one is capital alphabets, display capital alphabets, choice one. Second choice to display small alphabets. Okay na, and three, option three for display digits. Okay na, 3D you can also check for digits, 48 it will start ASCII value. Okay, you try to display that. These three you want to display by using the based on the user selection switch statement. Okay na, switch and followed by continue also, and inside the switch also you may get a requirement like loop also. Now combination of switch and loop somewhat complicated, but what earlier we discussed only directly we displayed, right? But now based on the switch statement. Directly we displayed lowercase, uppercase, but based on the user choice, based on the user selection, you try to display. When user selects display capital letters, capital alphabets, then try to display capital alphabets. Next, if user's choice is lower, okay na, alphabets, then lowercase alphabets display. If user choice is digits, then display digits. Like that, you design one program. And the second one is you try to display like this. Okay, so now we displayed like this, right? But next time, 1, 2, uh, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to reduce now. First display all, next reduce now. 1, 2, 3. Next, okay, 1, 2, and finally 1. Okay, in reverse order. So try to display this one for this. These two programs are homeworks you try to do.